In the state of Alaska, the definition of a highway includes a lot more than pavement and road signs. This is the nation's largest state, and because much of it is only accessible by air or sea, highways in this part of the world also include whales, sea otters, and some of the most scenic landscape in the world. Welcome to Alaska's Marine Highway. Operated by the Alaska Department of Transportation and Public Facilities, the Alaska Marine Highway is a state-owned ferry system covering nearly all of the state's vast, diverse, and scenic coastline. The route begins in the southern ports of Billingham, Washington, 90 miles north of Seattle and Prince Rupert, British Columbia, and stretches from the Alaska's Inside Passage to the Aleutian Island chain.
We have a very significant aviation system. 250 rural airports, about 82% of our communities are only accessible by air. Many of the other communities are only accessible by water, and that's where the Marine Highway system comes in. And so we have a very significant system.
Juneau, the state's capital, is one of those cities accessible only by air and sea. It's one of 31 Alaska port communities served by the ferry system along the vast Marine Highway. 11 vessels of varying sizes and ages make up the fleet. The largest vessels can carry as many as 500 passengers and 100 vehicles, and include sleeping cabins for overnight stays. In addition to vehicles, passengers can bring their kayaks and bicycles on board. Those looking for low-cost accommodations can pitch a tent on the decks of some ferries, giving passengers a unique opportunity to camp on the go. In 2011, Alaska DOT and Public Facilities crew members ferried more than 335,000 passengers and 114,000 vehicles to and from destinations along the Marine Highway. And their service to the public doesn't stop there. Several times a year, crew members have been credited with making some very timely rescues. On this day, Alaska DOT and Public Facilities Commissioner Mark Lukin is presenting a special legislative commendation to the captain and crew of the ferry MV Malaspina. Several months ago, the crew members heard and then helped rescue an injured hiker.
I think it is very likely that he might have succumbed to hypothermia if someone hadn't heard his cries for help, because there was really no way for him to get off that portion of the beach.
Saving lives can be added to a long list of experiences crew members share in these ever-changing waters. The crew of the MV Malaspina serve on one of the oldest ferries in the fleet. This 408 feet long vessel was built back in 1963. One of the newest ferries is the MV Scenic. This high-tech, lightweight aluminum vessel can carry up to 250 people and 35 vehicles.
It's a jet drive vessel, and we have 4 jets, 2 on each side, with 4 main engines. So they produce 3,500 horsepower roughly a piece, the main engines do, and we have an operating speed of 36.5 knots.
The Scenica's top speed is 43.3 knots or 50 miles per hour. Speed is important, but out here on the Marine Highway, it's also essential to slow down and take it all in. The Alaska Marine Highway is so spectacular that it's been designated an all-American road and one of America's national scenic byways. Next year, the Alaska Marine Highway turns 50, and big plans are now being made to celebrate the grand occasion with special events throughout 2013. Stay up to date on the latest details and plan your visit to the Alaska Marine Highway by logging on to the Alaska DOT and Public Facilities website at the web address on your screen. This has been Transportation TV on Location, Alaska. Thanks for watching.